Hey, this is more like it. I mean, it's not a B&B, but there's a TV, so we can watch Bravo.
I see a bed.
That's all I care about.
What about all those rural Vermont hotspots you wanted to show me?
Get on your back.
Woman with red eyes and face. This heartbreak is Laura, the eldest son of the tree. Her class is a special soldier, but a few days ago, because of a near unexpected accident, so he was unlucky, born on the battlefield. From then on, Laura's day is filled with pain. Tears don't stop falling. Do you fall into a state of suffering? Who knows when to step out? One day the man suddenly knocked on Laura's door. He claims to be a friend in business camp with a celeb named David, because now David himself is injured, so just discharged from the army earlier than expected. He wanted to Kaylee's house to visit everyone. After listening, Laura immediately invite David into the house and still enthusiastically invite him. We stay at home so we can talk. Tell her the stories that the class teacher has work at the barracks. Look at the photo above the fireplace. Both fell into a long silence. A little while later, Laura's eldest daughter Anna walk out of the room after a conversation. Short story with David. Anna has to go to work more at British fast food stores. Too nice to see you. See you at home later. Bye bye. At the same time, my youngest son Laura Luke is being held by thugs again. School bullies. You is a coward from heaven. When he was a kid, Luke was already very weak, not good at talking. Even if caught, you have never bullied at school. Mention half a word with family. In the evening that day when Luke had just come home from school, David noticed a bruise on the boy's face, purple, despite Luke's insistence that he got hit in the face by a ball. But David clearly understood in his heart that the matter it's not as simple as what you think. Said on the other side, Laura's husband, Mr. Censor, if you see a stranger in your house, come in angry. He scolded him for being. I did not ask for my opinion but agreed to it. The stranger stayed at his house for the night, but the job came to this country after controversy. After going back and forth for a couple of sentences, the two separated. Everyone goes to a place to help relieve the night. Late at night, the censor came to find David talking. He confided in David a lot of trouble at work lately. Here he said that there was a young man named at times he only needed 4 years to rob the position of director of the whole region. All his life he had to work hard to get it. His words are filled with sadness and helplessness. In this way both have talked to each other for a long time. In the morning, also came to David, actively suggested driving car to school. Pick loose at tan, but later when Luke and David's car still didn't move, the driver left and it turned out that he was waiting. Yesterday's bully Luke showed up with Luke's instructions, followed that school thug all the way. In the end the destination is a bar. In order to humiliate those bastards, David has special order a few glasses for women. Let them be guests at the other table. Give you that boy. The leader of the thugs immediately ruffled his hair because he was pranked straight against David's face, but for a second next he had to pay the price. His impulsive. Someone who comes from special forces, soldiers like David are of course will be able to deal with these kids easy. It's like turning your hand to see that revenge is also paid. The anger also disappeared. David drove the car that took Luca away. After returning to David's house, bumped into Anna about to go out again. Played dancing. Laura, fear for safety, all my daughters. So I asked. David went with Anna. There at the party, David met Anna's lover and best friend. David met his boyfriend and best friend Anna. Kristen said to David that her ex is always clinging to her, don't let go, and that's a person with a heart. Righteous like David was convenient to hit. Let this clingy leech faint to thanks David for his generous help. He gave back his body. She took David into the bedroom and made a conversation. Adults. After the story was over, David came back to find another friend of Anna cry. Ask him to buy one for me pistol. After leaving contact information, David got up to leave, but then he suddenly realized that Anna was arguing with her friend. David doesn't talk much. Instead he drove Anna home on the road. About the two also talked a lot. Anna also agreed to record one CD for David to thank him. Early in the morning the next day, Anna took out a recorded CD after the sound was over. I went to look for David, but she came back. Love hears David's phone call. Vaguely seems to be talking about surgery, fingerprint aesthetics or something. David have a tough attitude and a hasty temper, seems to be urging the other party to hurry, quickly disguise herself as Anna. I can't calm down now, come on. The David in front of her right now was it fake? And so Anna called the number of the logistics department of the military base team. She is about to confirm with them, is David's fate correct? The operator hung up and started looking up David's files on the computer, but what she didn't expect was this person named David is again related to the project. The secret being tested by the private corporation KPG is in progress together with military side, so this news quickly reached the ears of the person in charge. Major cover him, warning his assistant not to let anyone know that KPG's pilot project is still going on, or else not only the assistants but also the cover are being exported to ensure that the information will not be leaked. Cover decides to go to Laura's house to investigate the situation. He instructs his assistant to remember to bring a squad of elites to accompany him in another development. David, according to a promise made to Anna's friend Cry, went to an empty mine to get a gun from Cry's friend in charge of the transaction. So he showed David about the models and strains, the type of gun he has. David is also very satisfied after inspecting the goods and bluntly said that he wanted it all, both these guns, and that man must burst into laughter after hearing this. Hey, he thinks he can use the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to earn late, but we don't know. Found that David had no intention of paying money for him. I can sell the place, this is for you at a great price. Baby, my dear, I'll have to kill you, damn you bastard. Hey. Rise was also shocked at the scene, the statue in front of me that I just witnessed, and so he ran away screaming far away, but soon he was. David shoots in the head on the other side. Anna receives got a call back from the military base. They told Anna that David died in a fire a week ago. When she heard this news, Anna Sue fainted. So you've come find Crystal and tell her about it. That story Chris named Bao and Na should check. David's call log says no, I might even be able to figure it out at the same time. David is sitting in front of the house with Luke to prune the pumpkin. He also especially tell Luke not to be too cowardly shy, that you should learn to fight back when necessary. While talking, David, give me a Swiss Army knife, I still bring it with me to give Luke. Anna also quickly returned to her house when David didn't notice. He stole it phone in his coat pocket. Then Anna took her phone to capture the call log in the phone. David's phone was also at that time. David's phone suddenly rings. Anna, I was so scared that I threw my phone away. His bed seems like David has discovered something, but he didn't say anything. David just took the phone, then turn around and leave. On the other side, the censor came home and said, the boss, my new one was discovered by the police, currently dying at home. Despite censor, it's sad, but he's also thankful for it. Sit up to be the regional director. This is the position that the censor is in longing. A few days ago, censor is still complaining to David about that. I'm not favorable for promotion moving forward. While talking, Anna also received a caller call. Rick, her boyfriend, said it to Anna that a friend named Furry was found by the police, is currently dead, but the place of death was in the mining area. Again, the shadow of the person that the gun shoots kills again was found in Anna's car. Very confused after hearing this. After all, who would act so cruelly? They also put all the blame on the next. During the ideological struggle, Anna decided tell your parents about these things, but I didn't expect the censor to criticize the crowd. Anna's friend is not a good thing, so from now on can be cut off. All contact with them is also not. It's a bad thing. Anna completely broke down after when she heard this. She didn't expect her father said so again, so Anna told angry dad, who they see I'm a good friend. I called the base military where he was stationed. They said that he died after Laura and everyone else heard the news. Everyone very shocked, but David is very calm. He calmly pulled out a card with his name on it in leather pants pocket. To prove yourself, it's my destiny to see everything I do. All of them are ignored by their loved ones. Na angrily turned around and left. After returning back to Anna's room, keep looking at the photo she took a picture of. Call log. David, maybe this is the only way to find the truth. Was that the next morning when Anna, I was on my way to take Luker to school when you told all the things you investigated was last night for Luke turned out to be phone numbers in call log. David's are all of a doctor of plastic surgery facility, but right from 2 years ago this doctor was for active legal, should have been revoked license. Why? But why is he still in contact with David? Must have some kind of secret hiding in this. So Anna was asked Luke to help become a search engine network. This doctor what relation to David anyway? What happened recently? Too strange. Anna doubted that the real culprit behind this it's David. After going to Luke's school right away, immediately take out the calculator and start looking, searched for that doctor online, but at that moment The bully Luke come and cause trouble for him, blatantly laughing at Luke in front of his classmates that Luke is going online to find a doctor to help me with gender reassignment surgery this time. Luke can't stand it, can't take it anymore. He remembers that David used to tell yourself to learn how to fight this kid again. A while later, Laura being called to school by the homeroom teacher. David also came along after understanding situation where David praises Luke for doing very good, but the school leader is not think so. They accused Luke of using violence, force on campus should be banished. Him immediately. David not happy after hearing this. He threatened to hire a qualified attorney to take the school leader to court, and then openly with the media saying that a good kid being bullied by his classmates many times just trying to defend themselves, but was expelled by the school to watch until then the leaders of the house. How will the school end? The school's leadership is spinning with David's eloquent words, so he immediately felt tickled and said no expulsion Luke and let him prepare for Halloween event is fine now gentlemen. We immediately agree. When David was about to leave, Luke suddenly stopped him after how much what happened. Luke didn't think David was bad guy, so you said all these Anna's suspicions about him are not overlooked a detail. Luke frankly said that I know David's identity is fake, but he doesn't care because everyone has their own secret eye. In addition, Luke speculated that level above my father's is also because you killed right. No, after hearing this face David's gets serious, but Luke tran and brother that I will never tell this to someone. After listening when the boy finished speaking, David gave a full smile. Subtext on the other side, Carver leads a mercenary team came to Laura's house. They ask Laura see if she has ever met David. Not yet. At the same time, David from inside the house, when I came out, I saw Cover's group of people, and so he didn't say no, pull out a gun and shoot, and see that Cover immediately ordered to start shooting. After a Laura's house fierce gunfight turned into a wasp nest. See Ben, there is no movement inside. So as some mercenaries were carrying guns walked in to check, but right after there they were lying under the bed by David. Hit David crawling all the way to the inner stove. Here in the living room he saw Laura again trembling. To avoid being revealed, David took the kitchen knife and killed Laura no hesitation. Then he took her car and ran away. Get out of this place, and the car is halfway through. On the way, she happened to meet Laura's husband. David was on his way home from work and immediately crashed into the car. When he saw that, he quickly drove the car to chase, but now David has escaped to prevent more people being harmed. Cover driving in a hurry to the restaurant where Anna works to get her out later. When briefly explaining the Carver situation, another round of driving to Luke's school as a result. Anna, as soon as she left, David was like the soul that drove to this place to find Miss Crisson told him that Anna was caught by a black policeman. Go after hearing that, David too don't want to waste his words on free stand. Next shot, David threw 2 more grenade out to destroy the house every day piece by piece. In another development on Luke Carver's way to school, said with Anna about the truth of the whole matter. It turns out that the so-called KPG project is an experiment military experience in gene editing. The one who is called David again is the product of that experiment, but then due to negligence in the process the manager made the subject angry. Escape is a genetically modified warrior is in beta testing phase, and David is implanted with a system that neural reflex system is when he feels his identity is about to, if he is exposed, he will think of a way to defend, kill everyone who knows the truth. So the most important thing now is must hurry to rescue Luke, who still I don't know what happened after coming Anna's school. Immediately found Luke uncle setting up the stage for the party, but still can't say anything about all the lights in these are all turned off. Then the sound of Anna in the CD that the recording for David seems to be open, like David also went to school. Then thanks to the guidance of a teacher, Cover and others prepare to leave, go by the back door. Result is while walking through a maze of Islamic mirrors. That was when he shot and killed the Cover. He immediately bow. Anna let Luca leave first the better. And I will stay here to respond, save the major. Cover Anna gave it. Luca left here by Rhodes, but in the end she recognized the door outside was forcibly locked by David, and up to this point Luke still doesn't want to believe in the truth that David will do things that hurt him. Love until you hear Anna say that both parents died at the hands of David. Then he froze. Anna said to Luke to hide first and she will go out and try to distract David on the side. The other followed in the footsteps of the earth. David had found Anna's location, but when I went there and only saw 2 shoes on the ground. Only Anna was behind David with a British gun. Killed my parents. That's right. Look at David fell to the ground. Anna took the gun from step to step, but look closely. It's on the ground. David is nowhere to be seen, but then he suddenly rushed, then stabbed the dagger into Anna's thigh. David took advantage of that and pressed Anna down to the ground and squeezed her neck. Don't please try to seduce again quickly. I won't feel anything anymore. Danger. Luke suddenly picked up the knife and rushed out. He stabbed the knife straight in the neck. By David, you did the right thing. I don't blame. Where are you then, Luke? Then the two of you together run away. At the end of the Anna sisters, the two sisters were rescued by the firefighter. I leaned on each other and sat in front of the car lazily. Rescue. But then a familiar figure belonging once again attracted the attention of Anna. The man with a limp dressing up as a firefighter isn't. How is David?